With the attendance feature in Gameful, you're going to be able to use the fact that students are logging in on a device every day to help you take attendance. To start with, let's look at the schedule we're going to be using here for our demo. And this is the one for my school. And you can see here we're on a 7-period schedule. And Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, all 7 classes meet. Wednesday and Thursday, we're in an alternating block. Now, over here in Gameful, we're going to start under player info and make sure that our sections are in here. And so you would go ahead and just add your sections in for whatever class periods you have. And you don't have to put in periods that you don't teach. I went ahead and put all 7 in here though, just for our demo. And when you're done, you hit update. Next, you're going to go to the attendance. Here in the attendance settings, our first setting is a simple toggle to turn the attendance feature on or off. After that, you'll see the attendance version. Use version 3. Version 2 is going away in the summer of 23. It's just there because some people had already created their schedules when we rolled out version 3, so we're keeping those for this school year. Next up, you're going to see setup, and here we have start date and end date. Those are optional, but you can put the start and the end of your term or school year in there, and that will be the start and the end of your attendance period, and attendance won't happen outside of that period. And if there's any holidays that you'd like to skip attendance on, you can put those on there as well. That would be for if a student logged in from home on those days, they wouldn't be marked on time or late or anything like that by logging in on a day where there was no school. Now, if we take a look at the scheduled awards are next, and these are actually your schedules going here. And this is my Monday, Tuesday, Friday schedule, and my Wednesday and Thursday block are all in here. And with the days of the week set, and the class schedule is in here. And then I made sure that the name that I gave to this period, these can be anything you want over here, but they should match up to the section that is over here. And these sections are going to be assigned to students. And that can be done by having the students self-report what section they're on when they register, or you can go into the clipboard and send messages to manually assign students to these sections, or go to their profile page and add them yourself. So there are a few different ways of doing it. Once you have students in these sections, though, that will be how it knows which class they're in and when it should be looking for them to mark them either early, on time, or late. Now, I will say that I find the easiest way to assign sections is to have students self-report on registration, and I make that part of the registration process. And after that, though, I don't put it on the profile page, and there's going to be students that put the wrong section in, and when I see that, I go through and I just change those myself. But I have everybody required to report what section they're in, and that, for the most part, gets them where they're supposed to be. Now, down here, if you needed to add any special schedules in, something like an assembly schedule or something like that, you can put that in and then just assign it to the days of the week that normally happens on. And then, let's say that was on a Monday, and when I turned that schedule on, I would go up here and turn the regular Monday schedule off, and then save those, and then have to remember at the end of the day or the next morning to go ahead and flip those back around. Now, our next tab is where we're going to put the actual awards on, and I created 3 here: early, on time, and late. You can add a super late and a truant on there if you want to as well. And if you look, the awards, they go from 6 minutes before class starts, that's why that's a negative number, to right when class starts, and that's why that's a 0. So if a student got there anytime during the passing period, during my 6-minute passing period, they'd be early. On time, I'll say as long as you get logged in the first minute of class, you're on time. You're late after that first minute and you don't get that award, So that award goes up to 3 minutes, and after that, perhaps we do something like super late or truant or something like that. Now, if I adjust this award up, you'll notice the other award adjusts right at the same time to keep these from overlapping, and awards end when class ends. Let's see, a few other notes in here. You can add messages or an image or a GIF or something like that to make this a little bit more fun, to theme it to go along with the theme of your game. Now, down here under the loot, I'm giving a 5 gold award for being early, and then I gave a 1 gold award for being on time and a -5 for being late. And set those whatever is appropriate for the loot system that you're using in your class. And last thing I'll mention is the ability to award inventory items with attendance is actually quite useful, because you can create some tokens here. They're not achievement badges, not like like if they've mastered a skill, but these are badges that you could use just as tokens to track attendance behavior. So if I created 180 tokens that are early, 180 on time, and 180 late, 180 days in a school year, then every time a student earned one of those, they would get that badge. And so by quickly looking at their badge counts, I could see how many times they'd been early, on time, or late. So that is a useful mechanic that I've used before that I'll leave you with. Now, here I'm logged in as a test student account here, and let's see what happens on that initial login. So here they get the message, and they got their reward. And if I switch over to an admin account here in the attendance, you can see that student was marked early, and this other student here has not been marked with any sort of attendance here, so that would mean they are absent. The names are hidden, but if you did have those names shown, this would be a real simple way to do attendance.